Gender Corner, where we peel back the layers on how gender, culture, and time shape the way we live, love, and relate. My name is Emilia. Today we are getting into something that has everyone talking, love in this generation. From situationship to love launches, emotional unavailability to digital dating. What is really going on with how we build and sustain relationships today? Whom is better to discuss this than those right in the thick of it? I am joined by two incredible men and a beautiful lady whom will help us unpack the dating scene, commitment, culture, expectations, fear, and the real story behind modern dating, love. So let's get into it. No filters, just the truth. To my guests, you guys are welcome to Gender Corner. But before we get into it, I would like them to introduce themselves.
Good afternoon. My name is Obundaya Kintayo. I'm a structural engineer. Thank you.
My name is Princess Machibu. I am a lawyer and a video editor.
A lawyer, okay.
My name is Austin Uchu Jr. and I am a TV presenter.
You are welcome to Gender Corner. You know that dating now is not the same as it was 10 years or even 5 years ago. So I'm going to be asking you guys questions, right? How would you describe the dating in this generation?
Okay, in our generation, I would describe dating as confusing.
Okay.
Confusing because ladies or a guy and a girl, they meet themselves and at the initial stage, most of the guys are scared of commitment. They're like, oh, let's go with the flow, let's see
why are you going with the flow?
Why are we going with exactly, why are we dating? Am I here to waste my time?
Exactly.
Yeah, so compared to back in the days where people meet and they want commitment, they want, let's do this, we are dating, we are getting to know each other to get married.
Yeah.
But now people are getting to know each other just maybe vibe, you get. That's how I see it.
Okay, Mr. Austin, please. You've been shaking your head.
No,
Let's hear your take.
To some extent, I agree with what she said.
Okay.
But also, I feel like dating could be all of those to some people and maybe none of those to some. You have some people that find it frustrating. You have some people that find it fun, and you have some people that find it maybe confusing.
Okay.
And then it's always very fast for some women to relate dating and then relate it to back in the days. It's easy for them to do a throwback, but they forget that dating back in the days and now, it's not the same sort of responsibility.
Okay, please explain.
It's not, you have very well defined responsibilities for each gender during dating. And then now, a lot of people are not really willing to conform to those set of responsibilities or roles during dating. So it brings forth another kind of new experience. So it's a whole dissociation there, and I don't know if you understand.
Okay, I will come back to you. Okay. Let's hear from you, Mr. Nifemi.
Thank you. Well, you asked me if it's fun, frustrating.
Yes, and fulfilling. Yes.
It is all of the above.
Okay.
Because, dating, naturally, you can say dating is fun. Because it is two people coming together and, for whatever reasons, even if the end point will be marriage, one way or the other, it is an agreement of two people working together.
Okay.
So for that decision, it is fun. Frustrating, yeah, it could be frustrating because everybody want, in a relationship we want commitment.
Of course.
We want attention, in which the environmental factors of today might not be able to get all the attention we want. And that's why it's discovered that in most of the relationships we have these days have a lot of issues. And when you now break it down to, okay, what is the major issue that is causing all these things, you hear excuses like lack of time, inadequate time, and commitment. And we forget to add or to realize that some of these things the two parties need to work. We need to work. I mean, the government itself has a way of shaping a relationship. We have a governmental factor to dating. relationship.
Okay.
Yes, we have.
Okay, please,
so,
how?
Okay, thank you very much. Take for instance, I want to go into a relationship, and I'm not ready to give out time due to my work. It's not that I don't want to give out time, but due to probably the work I'm doing. You know, we have had similar divorce cases. Even now, there's people that has even gone beyond dating to marriage, and you discover that they want to go outside their relationship because there's no time.
When you say there is no time, are you saying you are at work 24/7? Because I think most men, this is the excuse they are always using, that there is no time.
Thank you very much. You know, women want is insatiable. Like, let me say,
and men are not.
I'm coming.
Okay.
I'm coming.
Okay.
The major responsibility, like my brother said, falls more on the male gender as the head of the relationship.
Okay.
To whom more is given, or to whom more is given, more is expected.
True.
Do you understand?
True.
So why I said it falls more on a man, you know, it's because, you know, when you look at the dragging nowadays, today's every family will drag you as a guy. Circumstances will drag you, and all those things. And now, you know, ladies are wired emotionally. Men do not operate with emotions.
Okay, what do they operate with?
Thank you. Men are naturalistic. They are natural in nature. You know, because of responsibilities.
Okay.
That is why you discover that it is very easy for a man to have to have many relationships. Yes, a man can have many relationships and not love any one of them.
Why are you having, you talked about not having time. So that means you have a lot of time in your hands for you to be having so many relationships.
No. When I mean a lot of relationships, relationship has grades.
Please explain this grade.
Relationship has grades, and I just want us to be sincere with one another.
Okay. Yes, I want that sincerity, but you need to. You said, right now you are shooting yourself in the foot because you said there is no time, right? That the burden is more on the men, and then there is no time. So if you don't have time, how do you not create time to have this relationship, even though they have different layers of
a man does not necessarily have to have relationship before he actually go that that route of what I was trying to what I'm trying to say. So you don't have to have a relationship.
Okay. Mr. Let me come back to you. You, among all of us, you are a married man, right? How did you know the person, your wife, was the one? Because we're talking about being frustrating, confusing, and fulfilling, right? How did you know she was the one before you you started dating and you just knew this person is your own, without playing game, without saying the normal thing that you men always say, let's go with the flow? Why am I going with the flow?
Okay. Also, now, this is where the dating comes in. Dating has one major, use in a relationship, is to find your compatibility with someone.
True.
So that's why a lot of people date. Unfortunately, this is not what happens these days. There are a lot of people that masquerade that they're dating, and they really are not.
Yeah.
How I knew that my wife was the person for me was the dating process. It was seamless. It's not like I've not had a relationship before.
Okay.
It's not like she has not had a relationship before. But you know, when you are dating, you get into the discussions, and that's another thing. A lot of people, they demonize dating so much. Not all dating has to end in marriage.
True.
But unfortunately, a lot of women are not really. They don't. If you are in the dating process, you think that this person has to be.
Yes, now, because why am I wasting my time when I don't know?
That's why you shoot yourself in the foot.
Okay.
Now, if you are dating somebody, bring your principles forward. These are my principles, and then you watch the person's principles.
We are not going to end up.
No, not necessarily. Okay. I'm saying that the dating process is to find whether you people are compatible.
Yeah.
You might not know that before you start dating. You like this person because that's usually what brings the dating. You like this person, you think this person is your person, but then you have to confirm that.
In what way will you confirm?
That's where during the dating you are talking. See,
I saw something. Sorry,
yes.
I saw something on the internet where the guy has been dating a girl for 3 years. And his friend humbly or gently asked him when is he going to propose. And he said she's not a wife material. And you've been dating this person for 3 years. So she's not a wife material, she's a knacking material. Because to me that's what it is.
If I can respond to that.
Please respond.
Now that's where a lot of women hold these cards. Right?
Okay.
You are dating somebody, you don't necessarily have to sleep with the person.
Okay.
That's your choice. Now, you're dating this person, what dating is supposed to be we're going out, we're considering marriage. Depending on our compatibility, we're considering marriage.
Okay.
And then if you find out this person is not the person for you, you pull out immediately. Tell the person, this is not working out.
What if this person is not giving you, like now, maybe the girl doesn't even know that this is what he has in mind. And he's playing that role of, oh, we're going to end up, you men can pretend. You're all going to, you are going to end up together, right? And she does not even, no idea that this person does not have it in mind to end up with her. If you have something to say, please, you're free. Same with you, Princess. If you have something to say, so that it doesn't just look like I'm talking to him alone.
But yes, from what you said, know your person.
Okay.
If you don't know your person, know his circle. If he's the kind of you want to date a bad boy, and you're complaining that bad boy is giving you bad boy behavior, I don't understand.
Okay.
So it's cruel to date somebody 3 years and be stringing them along. But if somebody is dating you for 3 years first, you should ask yourself what is going on.
True. Anyway, for my ladies, have backup plan. Plan B. It's very important.
Anyway, that brings me to the next question. Do you feel like modern women have changed in their expectation, or have men kept up? Why and why not?
Well, I think the modern women have not really learned. They've not really learned very well. They've not really learned because, you discover that some of the complaints the modern women of today gives or put out there is, like I said, they always talk about the time, they talk about the commitment, they talk about so when now that's why you discover that we now have rate of the ladies of today, the mother of today hardly have a very, let's say, a peaceful, because many of them are going into divorce now. Any small thing,
is it the women that are going into divorce, or both partners goes into divorce?
See, a man naturally will not divorce, will not fight for divorce. What
are you saying? Please help me here.
A man naturally will not fight divorce if he didn't find out that the woman is cheating. This infidelity.
That's not true. There are other grounds for divorce.
Like,
aside cheating, there can be maltreatment from the man's
exactly
side, beating up.
No, I'm talking from the man.
For the man to come forward
and file a divorce. It's just one thing.
Which is
cheating.
So men can cheat and go
let
free.
Us go there now.
Let us not go there, because you are saying that before a man.
What will make a man to file for a divorce? The major number one thing, because men have ego.
And women don't.
See,
yes.
When we are not going to. I don't want us to deviate. We will start bringing it from the beginning. Then you understand. We'll differentiate between Paul and Barnabas. Now, you see, the only thing I repeat that would make a man, in fact, not divorce service, just from that place, be going to your father's house straight away.
But a man can cheat and still want his wife to remain in the house. What are you saying?
I'm not going to justify that. I'm not going to,
because where my argument is. He said, I'm coming to.
Okay.
He said that the only thing that can make a man, that is women that are always filing for divorce, and the only time that a man can fight for divorce is when the wife is cheating. Yes. Why will he fight for divorce when the men always cheat?
Let me quickly tell you something.
Oh, tell me, please.
You see, a man, I repeat, will not file for divorce if he didn't find the woman sleeping with another person.
It doesn't mean that a woman filing for divorce does not mean that a woman deciding to file for divorce makes the man a saint. As a woman,
Exactly.
I can file for divorce when I don't have peace in that marriage. And I don't have peace because my husband is not giving me peace.
No, I'm not disputing.
I feel like what he was saying.
I am not disputing.
What he was saying is that there are numerous reasons why women file for divorce. First of all, you say he's not sensitive. You file for
He doesn't have my time.
He doesn't have my time. Divorce.
Let's take for instance this popular.
He doesn't have money.
My brother, let's take for instance this popular. Was it Peter's wife? One of these
Yes,
okay. Look at the wife filed for divorce like 2-3 years ago. Or thereabout. He said, and they asked me like, young lady.
Since we are bringing Annie, Idibia, and the two-faced.
I'm coming.
Annie did not cheat.
We'll go there. Hold on, we'll get there.
We're talking about
we are coming. We'll get there. They asked this lady. They said, is it that your husband is not providing for you? She said no. Is it that? Is there anything? Is it
that he's doing?
There? She said no. She said no. Okay, what is now the problem? You know what she said? She said, I quote. She said he doesn't have our time, my time again.
That's because he was cheating. He was cheating. What are you saying? No, he was cheating. He was cheating.
That they said that he was cheating.
What are you saying?
This person has businesses.
He also, because he has businesses, does that mean he should not pay attention to his wife?
This person is not bringing money home. These people, the same gender of
I'm saying it now that if you are not bringing money, it's grounds for divorce.
I feel like before you decide to marry somebody, you should try as much as possible to balance yourself.
Exactly, as a person.
You need to have my time. I cannot be your wife and you don't have my time.
Marriage is a journey.
Yes, it's a journey of two people.
Thank you very much.
So wait. What if the woman was not giving him attention? Won't he look for another person outside?
Let me. That's why we discuss that. That's why we say that women have a lot of things they complain to. Women complains too much.
And who said men don't complain?
Men complain.
Like what he said in the morning, he said a woman can just get bored and nag. How? If you're giving peace, see, have you heard the code? Hold on. Now you will not allow me talk. You will not allow me to.
Naturally, men bottle up
their emotions.
Because their wives are nagging.
They will not divorce, but they will cheat.
They will cheat. They will look for another person.
Are we talking about
it's the same thing.
Is that divorce? If we're talking about divorce, let's talk about divorce. Let's know that that's what we're talking about.
I want us to get it straight. And let us be sincere. Thank God we have two ladies on this show. Like I said, when it has to do with issues of divorce, a man will not go to court or a lawyer to it's even a thing of shame. A man will even find it very shameful.
You could not hold
I cannot even
together.
take care of my own. I can't put it together. Men has ego. You understand? So a man will not except if he finds or finds the woman, the wife, in a process of adultery. Even in fact, in a process that's all can make you just go to your father's house.
So if a man can divorce his wife simply because of
just
cheating,
one thing. Now,
so what makes you think that a woman does not have the right to divorce if she's not comfortable?
She has the right.
Let us start out listing reasons. Like a lot of ills that can cause woman to divorce.
That does not work the same way with a man.
That doesn't work the same way with a man.
Which is
financial stability.
One.
why will you go and marry a woman that you will not why you marry?
Really?
A lot of things happen during marriage.
Really?
Yes. So why will you marry someone that will not stay with you
and
when
there's inflation. You will not know this now. Imagine I'm an affluent person and I get married. You understand? And then all of a sudden,
thank God you talked about courtship.
Yes.
Where you get to know this person.
Yes.
So during dating, you should know the person you're getting married to.
If I'm already affluent, do you understand? If I'm already affluent and then I get married to somebody and then something happens along the line and then the person changes character, you can't blame.
But you also know that there are men. You will see the trait.
Okay, for example, a poor man that goes to marry a poor girl from the village, you will believe that for better for worse, this person is going to be whether I'm poor or I'm rich. But imagine somehow you make money. And then you bring her into money because I've heard a lot of that happen. You bring her into money and she's comfortable, and then all of a sudden the standard drops and she's no longer comfortable going back to yesteryears and decides to file for divorce. There's nothing you want to do. So this is another reason that
like
you will never.
A rare situation.
It's not rare.
Like one out of.
And you see, my dear sisters and brothers, you see, we have a lot of problems today in relationships because we are not being truthful with each other, and many of these things comes
and
from
the
women.
truthfulness is not coming from men.
I'll break it down. Many of these things tells more on the lady.
How?
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Just give me like a minute. Now, you see, women have criteria of the kind of man they want to get married.
Same with men.
I'm coming.
Okay.
I'm coming.
Okay,
You see now, let me tell you. Like you said, why would you marry a guy that doesn't have money?
Mm-hmm.
That is number one factor, which is causing a lot of issues in today's relationship.
But why will I marry a man that does not have money? If the kids start coming, are we going to use love to feed them? Are we going to use love? So are you using 24 hours? You've not answered my question. Are you using 24 hours to look for money?
Hold on. Can you give me just 1 minute?
So
Can you just give me 1 minute? 1 minute. And let us do some exegesis on that.
Okay.
Now, thank you. You talked about why wouldn't the man have money? Okay, fine, no wahala. A man will see a lady, meet a lady today. You don't have a job. You're from a bad background. You are poor. All your families are. All of you are poor. You are not even educated. And the man will,
still mad.
no problem. I like you.
And you think women don't do these things?
Hold on. It is 2 out of 100. Now let me tell you something.
Forgotten that in the Bible the man is the provider.
I am. Thank you very much.
Okay, let's go back to the Bible.
I'm coming.
Let's go back to the Bible.
Why would I want to provide when you're there?
Thank you very
So,
much.
okay.
Now, I'm coming. I'm sorry. Hold on a minute. That is one that will now take me back to what my parents said. They said, my son, go and you need to work hard. You need to make money. Leave woman alone.
But you don't leave women.
I'm coming. Leave woman alone. Work hard. Go to school. When you go to school, your shoe will do cool. You know those kind of ideas they put in us then. Now we decided to leave women alone. Now work hard. Then we started making money. But we could not love. You know why? Because some of us will feel like, so if you had not work, if you don't have any money, these ladies will not be coming up. What is attracting you as a lady to me is because of the money aspect of it, which a man will not look out for in a lady. You don't have, in fact, don't have a job, you don't have a work, you don't have this, you don't have that. I will still marry you. Then I will build you. 98% of men will do that.
But then a man cannot marry a lady that he does not view to be a homemaker. What do I mean by
Exactly.
a homemaker?
Okay.
Someone that can be able to nurture his child. Someone that if he handles his home into her care, she can be able to make sure that the home is organized.
Because a man believes in
why
I can teach you.
Why did I say this? No, why did I say this?
Okay.
I said this because you said that money is a major factor.
One of the
One of the major. So as money is one of the major factors.
According to what she said.
Okay.
According to what she said. Because she said, how would I marry somebody that doesn't have money?
Why will I marry someone that does not have money?
That's your
That's
standard, right?
That's the same way for a guy. It's just like in our generation now. The ladies are like, oh, it has to be money. The guys are like, oh, you must cook for me. Do you understand? So ladies are like, if you don't press, I will not cook.
That is why we have failed relationships.
And that's no. It's still in as much as back in the days things were a little bit different. But if you calm down to look at it, back in the days the men used to go to farm. They
do these
women
things.
don't work.
At all.
Women nurture. Women take care of the.
My next question.
Before you go on to the next
Do you understand? So bringing it back, it's just that now it's more, would I say, reform. Ladies just want to, okay, we can do the cooking and giving birth, but just bring the money. But now, men of this generation, they want 50-50. They want the woman to work.
And she will give birth. She will not give birth, though. She will clean. She will wash. If she will have the fear of God.
Okay. Can you please let us highlight the duties of a man?
What is it? Providing.
Provide.
Providing is such an umbrella word. You do not say just provide.
But what else?
Okay.
Childbirth. What is childbirth?
Bringing
a life into the world. Which job? And don't forget, there are other women that still work and still take care of the home.
Can I say something?
Please go ahead.
It's very easy for women to say back in the day. but then they do not want to take the responsibilities of back in the. If I want to marry a woman now, and I have said, as for example, I say this woman, no, you will not work.
Mm-hmm.
You will stay at home, even if she's a degree holder. People will say I'm a misogynist.
Yes.
You understand? Mm-hmm. But if I set this as a standard for myself, that stay at home, I will provide.
Will you be paying her salary? Why is she staying at home? Okay.
Relax.
Okay.
If I say stay at home, I will provide for the house.
Mm-hmm.
I will provide for the children.
Okay.
Everyone will say, arms will start blazing everywhere that this person is a misogynist, is wasting your life, is this one, is that one. But if that is my standard, why is that a problem? If you can say your standard is a man that is well-to-do, you understand? Now, for example, a man says that he wants a woman that is well endowed, and that's the kind of person that he wants to get married to.
It's not a problem.
The world will still come out and say, we slim people, what have we done? What have we done? What have we... Do you understand?
Yeah.
Now, the standard is not fair to men.
It's not fair to women as well.
How?
It's not
because
fair to women.
Because a woman can come today now. You and your husband had an agreement before you started dating that you're going to stay at home. Then all of a sudden you say...
That's because men changes like chameleon.
Yes,
they can change tomorrow. And but men change like chameleon.
You forget that the influence of friends has...
And secondly, my father sent me to school not to come and become a housewife and just sit down in the house and...
reach that agreement first before you enter inside the marriage.
Influence of friends. And that's one of the things that make women decide that they don't want to be stay-at-home wives. You want me to be a stay-at-home wife and nobody comes to visit me. I don't go to see anybody. I will be depressed.
Exactly. Because
I feel like I'm blocked out from reality. I'm blocked out from the world.
So
do you understand?
There's no beef about being a stay-at-home wife.
No, not at all.
Now you want to do a 9 to 5 like your husband. And then when the end of month comes and then there are responsibilities, you don't want to pay.
I'm taking care of the home. Why?
How? But only with my money.
That does not mean I don't contribute.
Saying now that your money is our money.
Yes, my money is my money.
If you cannot stay at home and make fresh meals for your husband, which was the initial
But in this, let me ask a
question
question now. In this generation, do you think it's right for a woman to just stay at home and take care of the...
No, it's not.
Okay. Which brings me to my next question. There's a lot of talk about emotional unavailability and fear of commitment in men. What do you think that is real or just a stereotype? What is your personal experience?
Well, about emotional unavailability. For some men, it's just it's a mirage, just something. If they know that they don't want to be serious with you, I'm emotional. My ex,
I'm not ready. Yeah, I'm still healing.
I want to, yes. But for some, I feel like men are very intentional people.
Yes.
When a man sees you and he likes you, he goes for you.
True.
There's no two ways
about it.
And if a man wants you, he will do everything he can to get you.
True.
So I feel like the whole emotional unavailability,
fear of commitment,
is because they don't like you. And on rare occasions, there are some men that maybe they've been hurt. They just need maybe an extra push. You understand, to get them to the place where they can trust you and then become vulnerable enough to start something serious with you.
Okay.
But I just feel like that phase should not take too long. I mean, when you're speaking with somebody, you would know if this person is going to yield open to you soon, or if the person is just wasting your time. Because you cannot tell me that you're emotionally unavailable or you're healing broken wounds and every day you're doing dorime in one club like that. Do you get? We are not discussing goals. We are not discussing how you want to be better, our future. Do you understand? Things like that. So I think it's in both ways.
Okay.
Let me react to that. And it's very easy in this new generation. It's very easy for women to dismiss the emotions of men.
I agree with that.
And unfortunately, because around the world there is a lot of inflation now, so there's more responsibilities mounted on the man. Imagine that now I go to school, I'm a firstborn child, I go to school. After school, my parents are expecting that I'm taking care of the
younger ones,
and even them.
Yes.
And then my girlfriend is expecting that I'm taking care of her. Aside that, my friends, in fact, because these days now we have a lot of men that have female friends that still expect that Imagine I enter inside the same taxi with my female friend. She still expects that I will pay.
You pay, yeah.
Now, all of this will make the man make sure that he's comfortable enough
yeah.
before he says, I want to get married.
True.
But unfortunately, you're dating somebody or you see someone you like and the person now, some months in, and the person is already talking marriage. And in fact, sometimes this talking marriage now, we're talking budgets of 5 million naira.
I think for the wedding. It depends on the two people involved, actually.
Then also, another thing that is prolonging marital time, especially commitment time, is access.
Okay. Access to what?
You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know what it means, please.
So now, why men got married early back in the day was you want somebody who's going to be home, bear your child, service, and then now you have all of that. You have your girlfriend that wants to come and live with you.
Live with you. Oh, I get it. Do wife duty. But it's still the same you people that will say if a woman comes and then she's not cleaning, she's not a good person. She does not have home training.
True, but
I feel like ladies should try to tone that down instead of moving in with it. I don't support
that moving in. No, I don't support that.
Now this is a major catalyst.
Yeah,
it's a major catalyst because why exactly am I rushing to come and marry you when
you have access everything to everything? Yes.
As much as it is a standard, for a man, if you're dating somebody, you have to make sure that the person can
do the basic things in the house.
Exactly. Now, first off, back in the day, some men can be working. If you are saying back in the, some men can be working in the city, coming home once in a while to come and see their wives. Only sending letters back and forth. And then during that time, they know, oh, this person can handle this person can handle this, and that's that. But now, some people say, you go to work in the morning, 9 o'clock, you come back 6 o'clock, you meet your babe at home. You people are sleeping together all through the night. What exactly is going to change?
You're right.
And men like excitement.
Yes.
I've noticed it. Men like
the new
feeling.
Yes.
Once they just get used to you and they're bored. They'll now find one babe.
They will not start looking for excuses. They will not start complaining about everything. You know what we're talking about. They will not start looking for everything you do irritates them. Like, why you so?
You're so clean.
Man.
Work.
Mr. Nifemi, you have said everything.
I'm actually
okay.
She also, pray at least men.
Okay, so with social media and dating app in the mix, do you think we are more connected or more disconnected emotionally?
Okay. Thank you. Social media is digital.
Yeah.
And so I'll say we are, in relationship-wise, emotionally-wise, we are disconnected.
Yes.
Because, take for example, this dating site. It has more disadvantages than advantages. Well, some people will come and say, well, I met my husband. I met my wife on a dating site. Yes. It is 1 out of 100. Do you understand? So for me, it disconnects us more because online is different from physical. A lady or a guy can come here and run his or her mouth here, and when you get home, your wife, you go and carry TV up. Do you understand? so they would, like they say, offending you online in Yoruba. That is like your words is free of charge, or anybody's going to. So I think it's more of disconnection than.
Okay. Princess, do you have anything to say?
I don't think social media has helped our dating. Let's say dating.
I think they paint this fake.
Yes, there's fake. Everybody wants. For example, you go on social media and see that
this image of perfect relationship.
Michael just did paparapa
for his girlfriend. Yes.
And I see your own babe that is still trying to
frustrate
the poor guy.
I want to walk into babe. Don't give me for what am I saying?
Send me money.
But like everybody just wants to, I believe social media is a very fake place. days where everybody just wants to show off, you know, whether they just social media is not helping with dating. Even when maybe you're in a relationship with a guy and maybe something happened, people had an argument. I don't know how it happens, but the next second we just go online, you see something that's supporting your back character.
Yes.
I'm like, I knew I was right. Me apologize. I will never. Okay, so social media.
No, aside that, I feel like social media somehow is fastening the rate of divorce.
Yes.
Nobody wants to try.
Now, a little disagreement between me and my wife, and she posts it, and then
a lot of people start giving their own opinion, unnecessary opinion.
All of a sudden, the let me quote feminists, because a lot of the feminism that's going on now is not real feminism. It's just man hitting. But then they come on the comment, why will you take this?
I cannot take this.
I will never take this. And then
now then they take fast. Now then they take fast.
Something that the elders would have, or a church person, or whoever would have called together and then resolved. Unfortunately, it has gone because you said you don't talk one or two. This one too said don't talk one or two.
Yeah, because
he don't did there stamped.
There's no going back again because of that shame.
Like even before you think of deleting the back,
someone else has seen it.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's a big disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay. So what does pressure, either from society, friend, or family, play in how you approach relationship right now?
Okay. I think it is better everybody when you learn and you unlearn, you learn and you learn. And why did I say that? Because you know we have where you came from, backgrounds now, we have parental teachings.
Yeah.
Parents will teach you. The environmental factor of where you grew up will teach you.
Yeah.
Your school, this one, all that will teach you. So it now, I think it's now, it now relies, it's now on you to decide, make a decision, and on how you want. Just have a picture of
what
how
you want
to be and how you want your relationship.
Okay, Princess.
I agree with what Mr.
Okay.
It's basically
The same thing. Okay, so my final question before you guys go: what do you genuinely want in a relationship, and how do you think this generation is ready for that kind of honesty and in-depth?
For like, sorry, we have different wants. What female want?
I asked what you want, not female.
What I want, number one, is empathy. A man likes a lady that has empathy.
True. I think everybody likes people that have empathy.
You are asking me what's me.
Okay. Okay, please.
So I actually like, a lady that has empathy. I like someone I can actually trust. Yes, trust. Number one, because empathy will come second.
Yeah.
Trust is no. I want a lady I can trust.
Yeah.
Some ladies will be like, I like to keep male friends. I like to keep male friends. It will not work with me.
Is it bad?
My dear,
No, it's not bad.
my dear, it is.
You're insecure.
No. I think these are one of the matters that we need to address.
yes.
And trash out.
So is it bad? We'll come back to this question,
Okay.
but because of the statement you made, having a male friend, is it bad for your girlfriend to have a male friend?
For my girlfriend to have a male friend?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. It's not bad for her to have a male friend.
Okay.
But when the relationship starts getting to a certain level of courtship, your male friends should be reduced. Why? Because you see, naturally, there are some things we do within our friendship circle, and another person can actually take it like, this is like a form of green light for that person, and they will know that you are just being yourself, your kind of person. So, and by the time you keep doing those things, and you are giving the other person green light, whatever you do as a lady or as a guy that is giving the other opposite sex a green light or something, you have to reduce it the moment you start having a serious relationship. Do you understand?
There should be boundaries.
There should be boundaries, so that we don't have unnecessary. Because men like control.
They're possessive.
Men are very possessive.
Why are you possessive? If you're secure within yourself.
Men like to. That's what men like to. We are created to dominate.
Okay.
We are created to be in charge. Once you are the head, you are the head. Do you understand?
Yes.
So that is just. So you just have to reduce the male friends you have. Not that you don't have colleagues. Some people you just do like something. Okay, let's take for instance, probably in this office, you know, some Miss Anita could just be a playful person, just want to talk to everybody. And one guy like Mr. Ola might be looking, you know, like might be seeing it as maybe Anita showing herself
at him.
Which it is not like that. Maybe she was just, you know, being that kind of person.
Yeah.
So in that situation, you have to, unless I assume Anita now has a relationship. So one of these days, the boyfriend now came to the office. So and now
Ola even called.
And Ola, so they're now doing touchy those kind of things. And you know, guys, we have different stages of man. We are mature than each other. Like some things I will do, some things that you would do, I can take my eyes off it. And this Austin might not be able to. So that's just the way it is. So you have to just reduce the level of the opposite sex. Because now blood they run.
This matter of opposite sex, it also differs per person.
Yes. Yes.
There are some men that they are comfortable with their wives.
Of course. That's why I said maturity. That's why I made mention of
exactly.
How mature you are.
About himself.
And I was talking about
now the issue is personally, you can trust your woman from here to this guy and back, and still expect that she will do away with some friendship. It's not because you are jealous. It's not because you are insecure. It's because you do not trust the intentions of whoever
the other people,
whoever it may be. And unfortunately, a lot of women don't see this thing from that perspective. Now, this person, you want to succumb to him as your leader in this.
Your Lord and personal secret.
And then you are not willing to make these sacrifices. Now, these certain sacrifices could be to your own good. For example, I was talking to a friend of mine the other time that was saying you can have male friends that really nothing is going on. But I'm telling you today that if today you as a woman, you sit down, you pick up your phone and you call this male friend and tell him, oh, something has happened with this my man, and to be honest, I'm feeling some kind of vulnerability right now, and I don't know if you're available. Come and service, you know, just stylishly. Come on. Will that male friend tell you no?
Somewhere.
I'm telling you that 98% of the time, they will not.
I will not even buy the idea of my girlfriend, talk more of wife. So we start receiving call when it's 8 p.m.
No, but I like I always say, if you're in a committed relationship, whether you have, maybe you had male friends before you got into a relationship, once you know that you're in a committed relationship, you should create that boundaries.
That's why it's called committed relationship. You should commit to the person that you're
with. That's what I'm saying. If you're in a committed relationship, I cannot just be talking to you as a talking stage and you're already telling me, because some men are like that, and you're already telling me, oh, you don't talk to this person. No. If I know that, okay, we are in a committed relationship, I know we are both going somewhere. Of course, I don't even make friends with silly people that don't know that, okay, this person is in a relationship. Why are you calling me by 8 o'clock? What if I'm with my person? Right? And some men, and I think some men too need to do better. You don't just, simply because a man is calling your woman and you're already like all over the place. Nah. Should give benefit of doubt.
Benefit of doubt has made a lot of men father children that are not their own.
It is benefit of doubt.
I mean,
it happens,
Okay.
Well,
so
personally, I would say in this time and era where gaslighting and manipulation is everywhere, for me, accountability
is very important.
Is number one. I would always prefer or want a man that would always take accountability for his actions. Secondly, I don't mean to sound so religious, but a man that fears God. Why do I say? I'm not saying a man that goes to church. A man that fears and loves God. Why? Because even in the Bible, God is love, God is peace, God is so all those qualities that a man should have, even as a woman, all those qualities. If you don't have it, you cannot give me peace. If you're not able to give me peace, if you're not able to be slow to anger, if you're not, that's even where this insecurity thing comes in. You see my phone is ringing by 8 o'clock, maybe someone will feel like, you have started breaking things, and you don't even want to listen to know if you're unforgiving.
Can I ask a question? Should a woman leave a man for cheating or divorce a man?
If that's your deal breaker, yes. Okay, there's a story again. Sorry, princess. There's a story that why are you laughing? There's a story that I read. Now, the husband has been cheating, and she has always been giving him second chance. And I think, let me just say, recently, when she fell ill and went to the hospital, Nigerian hospital, the first thing they will prescribe is malaria. And they treated the malaria, but she kept falling sick. So the doctor advised her to run some other tests, and then she ran some other tests and found out that she has HIV. Now, where is HIV coming from? They had to she did investigation and found out that her husband also had HIV. And he didn't tell her. He has been treating himself. Now, how did you get HIV? It's from my clipper. How is it from clipper? That is only you that is using it. Do you get? So I will always say, if it is a deal breaker, if a man keeps cheating not once, not twice, please leave. If I once I'm at the door.
Yeah, cheating is, forget that we are trying to, in this generation, they are trying to casualize and normalize cheating. They are trying so hard, but cheating has a lot of adverse effects. The sickness, trauma. As a lady,
so in other words, instead of cheating, you can just bring in another wife.
Sometimes,
oh wow!
Oh my God!
Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh wow! Oh wow! Wow! That means. You think? Hold on. You think a woman cannot cheat?
Our culture permits.
So I can bring in another husband then.
Listen, that's
not our
I will not cheat.
Oh, you see, you guys are so selfish.
You have to understand with yourself
I was even
first.
coming to my second point of one of the side effects of cheating on a lady, which is a lady beginning to have self-doubts. Oh, is it that I'm not
enough?
Is it that I don't do? Is it that I'm not beautiful enough? Is it that I don't? People don't look at all these things when you go to do.
You know this cheating of 18 is another other matters.
Mm-hmm.
I know men. Let me tell you, men. Some men don't like to no. Some men don't like to overstress their wife. No,
what kind of silly excuse is this? What is silly? It's silly.
No. Why not? Do you know how you
take care of the house?
No.
Oh, and it's the same. And it's the same you. No. And it's the same you that say you don't have time. You are making money. Now you have time. Oh God, you people are selfish. Men are selfish.
No, do you know how you release my stress? Just breathe. You say you're a woman who bounce or who cook, will do this. Just bring a housemaid for me.
That will be doing the house chores.
Come and bounce on me. Let the maid do that one.
Is that
I say so?
Yes. But even at that, at least, nature, our culture permits us to marry more than one wife. Do you know? Do we know that?
They don't want to talk about it. Silence. Silence is definitely.
Look at something happened.
See. Okay. Once you do Christian marriage,
you are not supposed. If you are not supposed, even in court, you cannot marry two wives when you are married illegally. I mean legally rather.
Court is an idea of the white. It is not our culture.
Please don't say that. Don't say that.
Even Nigeria, we have
stop smiling.
Married under the Marriage Act.
We borrowed
what? You marry. The Bible say a man, one wife. The Bible did not say two wives. The Bible did not say two wives.
Go to the Bible. As much as I do not stand for what's polygamy, I am against it with all my might. But if this is a person that believes in it and has brought it forward, that's why I like this whole idea of Yule Doche and me and whoever.
Would you do that?
Excuse me.
No, would you do that?
It's not a personal choice. I'm not going to infringe on the choice of another man. You understand? And I like how May handled the situation. She did not sign up for polygamy.
Okay.
And immediately he started thinking of bringing another wife.
He didn't even think. He married the woman without her knowledge.
Left. That was wrong. And then because she
how was it wrong?
It was wrong for him.
To
marry another wife without his wife's knowledge.
Okay, yes.
If he did that, because
he did that.
If he did that, because according to the transcripts of the court, he did not marry that woman. But if he did that, that's completely wrong. And she walked away. She cannot.
So are you saying if you marry a second wife, your wife can walk away?
If that is where it comes to, you understand? I will never do that to my wife.
Okay.
But for two people that are in
No,
marriage,
you know we cannot fast check that for now.
You
Because
know, this argument has just
it's not
made
see, I'm not arguing.
Sorry, this
let's
whole
be
talk
sincere
has
that
just
no,
made me.
you're
Can I-
Hold on.
women
Hold
will
on.
not
Hold
want
on.
these points to go out.
Hold on.
But this are
Princess,
Hold on.
princess,
No, allow her to talk.
Princess.
Allow her to
Yeah,
talk.
Hold
I'm
on.
listening. I'm
This
listening.
whole conversation has just made me realize for a woman the importance of court marriage, Christian marriage, because court marriage to a large extent protects a woman.
Yes.
Because you cannot tell me that just because you feel like or you want to, or maybe your body just marry
A second wife.
No.
You say
So
if you don't want me to
marry
cheat, then I'll marry a
Do you
second wife.
understand? So
How?
my rights are protected. Because you cannot just wake up one morning, marry another person. Then, probably I was even suffering with you when you were not. I've given birth to your 5
just
children.
suffer with you.
I've given I've given birth to your 5 children.
Okay.
Then you now wake up one
And say you want to marry.
another
Okay,
person.
what if you want 10 children?
That's
And
why
you're
you
not
say
willing
you
to
people are
go
just being-
Why will you want 10
They are
children?
being
Why won't you
Can
want
you
10
afford it?
What if
Can you
can?
take care of the 10
Ah.
children?
You can afford
And you've been
10, you
saying
can
that-
And you've
afford
been
15.
saying, yes, women are
have
just.
unrealistic standards that
So
we want
how is
people
this
to
a-
give us, that we want people to give us a word. Why not give that word to one woman? Spend all the
Excuse
money
me,
on
when a man that does not have money should not be thinking of one woman. Abi?
Hmm.
A man that does not have money should not be thinking of one woman. If he now has all the money in the world, why can't he afford the women that he can afford?
So why can't they work with the women who call?
So you
Maybe you are talking about.
So men are ATMs.
That's the thing. That men and women are toys that you can just go anywhere and pick them.
If we are playing by this standard, let's be fair and put
Oh
it on the
my
pedestal.
Wow.
If the man is only to provide and that is all that he is.
Okay, what about
Someone said
women?
that men
What
are
about
not
women
loved
that
only
can
by their
provide?
mothers. Now, if a man
What
that
about
is
women that can
providing
provide?
and giving you everything that you need financially,
See.
if he decides to do that for other women,
Let me
and bring
ask
them
now.
home.
What about a woman
Okay.
that can provide? Is she
Okay.
allowed to also bring in
Hold on.
another man?
Hold on.
No, answer me.
You made mention of something. You said, and I quote. You said in the Bible, and the Bible says,
Yes,
One
one
man.
wife,
it's
one
not
woman.
even in the Bible.
I'm coming. Now, you see, if you have to go to the Bible, you discover that you discover that you are wrong. That statement is very wrong.
Very
Okay.
Because even the man after God's eyes, the man that God said this person.
I know
Don't mind him. Don't mind him. It's David. It's David.
So I don't want us to see. I don't want us to go to the Bible. Let
Let's
us be
not-
natural.
Because if
Shut
you're
yourself
bringing
in the
Barrister, hold on.
wait, if
The
you're
issue
bringing
of-
wait,
Oh, yeah, I'm
if
waiting.
you're
I'm
bringing
waiting.
Solomon that had many wives and 1 million concubines or whatever, that was a specific instruction to keep the
To
peace
keep
of
peace of
exactly.
Don't worry.
So which peace are you guys trying to keep?
That is
Which peace are you guys trying
If you
to
want to
keep?
go by that,
I
almost every major character in the Old Testament had.
You see, let me
Why?
tell you.
Thank God you said Old Testament.
Okay, let's
See.
go to the New Testament.
Oh,
Where in the
okay.
New
I don't want
Testament
to
did they
talk about
say
Bible.
one man,
People
one
will not
wife?
give me 2 minutes or 1 minute. I don't want us to go to the Bible. It was just because you said the Bible says.
It's because you said we're talking about cheating.
I said
and you
that
said
culture.
what culture?
Thank you.
To bring
Our culture permits us to have more than one wife. And she made mention of culture, and I told her, I said, the issue of court wedding is
Western.
borrowed.
Yes.
This is the English
But
word that got
it
it.
doesn't mean that it's not
We
applicable
are- no.
here.
If
I
you
can
decide
decide.
to marry
You
from
see,
the
court
court,
wedding is a decision.
yes.
I can decide not to have court wedding.
And that's why
See, better have court wedding, no. Have court wedding. These men are wicked.
Then secondly,
Men are wicked. Have
Men,
court wedding.
If you
Above all,
want to marry more than
Women
one
have
wife,
court
make
wedding.
sure that you do your
above all, men, I advise that we tell ladies straightly, see, I love you, but I cannot promise you that I will not marry another person.
In that case, don't do court wedding.
So don't do court wedding.
But if you want to do the monogamy like me,
That is why you score that. See, you know that this court
I'm
wedding
protecting my own
has some
interest.
disadvantages in our generation. That's why you score
What's
that.
the
For men,
disadvantage? What's
you
it?
know, see, come on, even Apostle Paul said, Apostle Paul said.
Say you don't quote the Bible.
No, because I want this thing is not.
He's getting what?
Apostle Paul said that if you know that you cannot hold yourself married, in his notes he said you might not. You might
don't even need to marry.
They don't marry.
Thank you very much.
They don't marry. It's better you don't hold on. It's better you don't marry than bring someone in that you will make her to be suffering emotionally.
How will she suffer emotionally?
Oh, you think bringing in a second wife or your wife finding out that you are cheating is not affecting her? Please don't bring it in the beginning.
If it was not the first female. In the Garden of Eden, if it was not the first female. Say, according to Genesis 1:26 to 27, God created them in male and female. What wasn't Eve? Eve came in Genesis chapter 2. So if you are to
God created him and her. Is it not one wife and one woman?
You are confusing
me.
No, thank you. Let me quickly explain that. Okay, let me quickly explain that. The Bible says, and God created, after God created everything, God said, let us make man in our own image, in our likeness. And God created them, male and female. That is Genesis 1:26, 27. Now, do you know who this female was?
Who?
Thank you very much. I will answer it. But Eve came
from the rib of the man later.
That is Genesis 2. Do you know? Have you heard of Lilith?
I was about to say that, but allegedly, that is why some parts of the
Bible was taken out. Yes.
Who told you it was removed?
It was removed.
Who told you it was removed?
It was removed.
We were only using. No. Don't say that.
Why do we want to?
You're trying to make everything to. You're trying to make everything to suit you.
God has created we men. God has created us to dominate. Right?
And it's not only you. God created everyone to dominate. Don't say dominate.
No. Anyway.
So.
Since you want to use the Bible as
anyways, okay. Don't let us. I don't want us to go. But then, my dear viewers and sisters, you see, the most important is for you and whoever you want to date, get to know each other, understanding. Because even this journey is just compromise. Honestly, I have friends that are 50 years in marriage, and when you start saying some certain things, you be like, oh wow, I know. Do you understand? So just compromise and know yourself very well. If you know you will not take these things, don't take it. Let it begin from the relationship. If you know you're not going to take it in marriage, see, come, I want to marry 2 wives. I'm marrying 3 wives. So it's even better than even sleeping around.
Yes.
But a lady cannot do that. Because they are not wired to do that.
That's what you are using to deceive. Women can do that too. It's just that we respect ourselves.
They caught the woman in the act of adultery. They bought only the man out.
We are not wired to do that.
The woman that they bought out.
Don't deceive yourself.
When I say that people are just trying to normalize cheating, to be as if
he's not talking about cheating.
That's what he's talking about.
I said marry.
Okay, who is talking about cheating?
Marry. If you know you don't see, cheating is bad. I'm not going to justify that. Marry. You can marry as many as you want to.
Anyway,
so if you have the capacity
to my dear sisters, the truth is men are selfish. They will always put themselves first. Before you do say I do, please ask the hardest question. How many women are you intending to marry?
I cannot say.
Please ask.
That will be my answer.
Please ask so, because these men, they will choose themselves over and over again. Ask the question, how much are you bringing to the house? How many women do you intend to marry? Let it, if it's just me, please find out, because men.
Everything just giving birth. Just because I have given birth.
You think it's easy?
Then I've given birth. Just to I gave birth.
You think it's easy? Bringing another life into the world is easy.
I am not saying it is easy. Piece of advice, men. Before you go into any marriage or any, this is what I want. This is what I can. I'm not promised I love you. You are the angel, you are the apple of my eye. But I cannot promise you that I will not marry more than one wife.
You did not see even.
Shall have the money.
For example, the Oni of Ife married one wife initially. And somehow they dragged him across the social media in a messy divorce. But since he decided to be marrying one wife per week, put me anywhere. Since he decided to be marrying extra, we have not had any issue, because now it has gone from he's not having my time to please.
To even have peace of mind, you must marry more than one wife.
Peace of mind, because his wife's frustrated.
Don't listen to these men, because honestly,
I think I'm joining the convent.
Yes, because nah.
So far, you will not stress
No,
anyone.
I'm not trying to discourage you.
You people
I'm not
no,
trying
no,
to
No, they are
discourage
good men like me out there.
I'm just
Oh wow. Oh wow. All right, let's bring this home to you watching. Do you think this generation know what it wants when it comes to love? Are we afraid of love or just tired of pretending? Share your thoughts in the comment section. Are relationships harder today or are we just different? Use the hashtag Gender Corner Talk and let's keep this conversation going online. That was raw, real and necessary. Love today may look different, but the need for connection, respect, and vulnerability is still the same. Whether you are single, dating, or trying to figure it all out, remember, there is no shame in wanting something real. Huge thanks to my guests for being so open and honest. And to you watching, thank you for showing up for conversation that matters. Until next time, this is Gender Corner, where we learn, relearn, and grow, one bold conversation at a time. Bye-bye.